Hey guys, how are you all doing? Welcome to my channel. So, today we are gonna see, what if Naruto went into Sekirei world, and got Harem, part 1. So before we start, go check out the author of this fanfic, Naruhina 123, link is in the description. Also subscribe if you enjoy the video. Let's start the story. Namake's Uzumaki Naruto, Toad Sage, and Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi no Yoko, was sitting in a bus, quietly waiting for the ride to reach its destination. There was no one else on board except for him, and the bus driver, who was smoking a cigar. Staring out, and looking at the window, he couldn't help but admire the beauty of the countryside, and the clear blue sky, and started to feel at ease because of the warm sunlight. Today is a good day, he thought. Are you that new person the Hokage told me about? The bus driver suddenly asked, snapping him out of his thoughts. Yeah, I am. They started to enter a dark tunnel. You know, the place where you're going to, it's kinda dangerous. No wait, scratch that, it's a very dangerous and terrifying place, the bus driver said, looking over his shoulder at him. Naruto was able to make out his eyes, and noticed that they were glowing. Naruto scoffed, I've seen worse. Naruto was dropped off in front of a bus stop in the capital city with a pumpkin head. He was wearing a black strapped 8, with the symbol of Konoha engraved on the metal, and his sage clothes, and the scroll on his back was carrying a suitcase and bag. Dropping his bag and suitcase, he started to remember the mission the Bachan Gondame gave this scroll. It has ninja equipment and other stuff. The day before, Naruto knocked on the door of the makeshift Hokage office in the evacuation center of Konoha. A few seconds later, Tsunade called for him to come in. As he entered, he saw that the room was not very big, with only a desk and 2 chairs for the receptions, and a plain office chair where Tsunade was seated. On the desk, there was a massive stack of paperwork. Naruto, you're here, come sit, Tsunade said, looking up from her paperwork, and gesturing to the seat at her left-hand side. Naruto walked towards the seat, and sat down. Tsunade then stopped signing, and laced her fingers together, and looked at him with a serious expression. After a few seconds of staring, Tsunade started to speak. You will not interrupt me when I tell you this, so listen carefully. You are going to the capital city in order for your protection against the Akatsuki. They do not know of the existence or the location of the place, and the daimyo has sworn that he would protect you. Once you arrive, report to him immediately. I will send you capital because some things are happening that we ninjas can't predict. I sent you to go to the town and gather information about what you have got. Do not mention this to anyone except for Kakashi and Sakura. This is classified as an extended S-rank mission, and may take years before you will be able to return. You will leave tomorrow morning, and will be escorted to a nearby bus stop, and shall be picked up there. Now you are dismissed, go now, and start packing your essentials, and say goodbye on Lido, Kakashi, and Sakura, Tsunade ordered. Naruto slammed his hands on the table. What? Why? I can take those bastards on. I defeated Pain, so the rest of them will be no sweat. I can't just leave Konoha unprotected. When this village's enemies find out, they'll attack us, and we'll be overpowered. You guys will need me, and I can't just abandon the village now that they have finally accepted me. I refuse to accept the mission, Naruto said defiantly. Tsunade was able to keep her composure, and continued looking at Naruto. If this were one of those other times, she would have slammed him into the wall for this. But she understood what he felt about the mission, and finally, after all the years of abuse and criticism, was able to get the villagers' respect and admiration, and leaving them now for him felt like he was abandoning them. She waited for him to finish his outburst, and then spoke. You are to accept this mission. As your Hokage, I order you to. If you do not, I will kick you out of the village, and declare you a missing nin. You will be hunted by the hunter nins, and ANBU, and never be able to return. Do you understand? Tsunade warned while staring at him with fire in her eyes. Naruto was taken aback. Where was all of this coming from, he thought. Hi Hokage-sama, Naruto hesitantly said. He gave her a stiff, tense bow, and was about to leave before Tsunade called him back. Wait, Naruto, I want to give you something first. She stood up, and walked over to Naruto. At first, he thought she was going to punch him, but instead she lifted his 8, and kissed him on the forehead. Wow Naruto, you really have grown. You're not that obnoxious little 12-year-old boy anymore, you're growing up to be a fine man now. Just like your father. I'll miss you, Baka, Tsunade said, with tears starting to form in her eyes. Naruto didn't know what to say, so instead, he enveloped her into a hug. And I'll miss you, Ba-chan. Just make sure that by the time I come back, everyone will still be here. Naruto said, and quickly left before she saw the tears falling from his eyes. Tsunade stood there for a second, but then shook her head, wiped her eyes, and went back to her paperwork. Suddenly, another knock came to the door. She called for the person to come in, and was shocked to see that it was Naruto. Oh yeah, about that paperwork, why can't you just use Kagebunshin's? When they dispel, the knowledge they get goes back to you. He cheerfully said, and closed the door, and left again. The last thing he heard was a loud thud, and different types of swear words coming from Tsunade's office. Naruto stands at the bus stop of the city of the capital. Naruto's other things like food supply, new elemental scroll, his clothes, and vice versa are covered in his backpack. He was wearing a pair of dark blue jeans, and black boots, a form-fitting white sleeveless t-shirt, a black sleeveless haori with a hood, a pair of black fingerless gloves, and an armband with the symbol of a leaf on a metal plate wrapped around his left bicep. He received many odd looks, both because even though he was technically from this region of the world, he didn't look Japanese at all. When most people saw him, they normally assumed he was American due to his blue eyes and brightly colored hair. The other thing that grabbed people's attention and caused the unusual stares was the haori, since it was pretty warm during this season, along with the fact that most people simply didn't wear more traditional clothing like that nowadays. Not that the looks he received would cause him to change the style he had been wearing for most of his life. "Gh, man, this place has changed so much," the blonde male complained, as he got off another tram, this one leading further into the city. He had been walking and riding trains for the past 2 hours, and still had yet to get a good feel for the place. "Man, it looks like they changed the entire layout of this city. Now how am I going to find my publisher if I can't even find out where I am?" The streets were busy, with hundreds of cars moving along them, or stopped up in traffic. The people walking down the sidewalks were all crowded together, and would make it impossible for anyone to walk against the flow. It was a lot busier than he had remembered the last time he had been there. And in other breaking news, Hiroto Manaka, the president of the giant conglomerate MBI, has bought up 80% of all Shinto Taito stocks. Naruto looked up at the screen when he heard the announcement to see a man with white messy hair, glasses, and a high-collared cape of some kind sitting in a high-backed chair. The man looked like he was trying to pose as some kind of king with the way he was seated, with his hands on the large arm resting on either side, and his legs crossed, as he sat straight up with an imperious look on his face. "What the heck is this place? Why grandma sent me to this weird place, all things typical, Naruto, where I lived. I don't know this place. Let's try this way." Fortunately for Naruto, he was not only much bigger than most, especially people living in Japan, but also very powerful physically. He did not do anything more than move back a step. He shook his head, silently berating himself for not watching where he was going, then looked down to see who he had accidentally knocked over. It was a young man with black hair and eyes who had been mumbling about failing twice, and entrance exams or some such nonsense. "Sorry about that," the blonde said, as he held his hand out to the kid. The other guy rubbed his backside before looking up. The blonde blinked when he got a good look at the kid's face. It was the kind of nondescript "I've got nothing going for me in my life" face that some of the younger generation seem to possess nowadays, before breaking into a sheepish smile. "You okay?" "It's alright, I wasn't looking either. My name's Manato," the boy said, causing Naruto's eyes to widen. "Is something wrong?" "No, it's just my father's name was Manato. He died a long time ago," Naruto responded. "I'm sorry. So where are you headed?" "I only came here because university results were declared in this city. Actually, I've been just looking around. This is my first time seeing the city." "Well, I'm about to head to the subway if you want to walk with me." Naruto thanked him, as the two walked down the stairs of the subway. Manato talked about a school. Naruto responded by explaining his time in the academy, which he hated. Naruto left out what the academy was. So Manato simply thought it was a school like his, and Naruto didn't do well in it. "I suppose we'll just say we should both be more careful," Naruto replied with a good-natured chuckle. "Anyways, good luck on your next entrance exams." "What? How did you know about my entrance exams?" asked the kid in surprise. The Naruto's sweat dropped. "You were just talking out loud about failing your entrance exams twice before I ran into you." Oh, the black-haired kid looked embarrassed, Naruto figured it was about asking such an obvious question or somewhere along those lines. It wasn't like he cared though, and so he put the thought out of his mind. Little introduction on Minato. My name is Minato Sahashi, and I am now a second-year Ronin student looking to be accepted into Shinto University. Currently I wear a white t-shirt and a pair of jeans along with a pair of white sneakers. I have a backpack on my back with books and other school supplies in it, but right now I hardly have the motivation to use them. Stepping off the train at my stop, I start walking back toward my apartment. As the two continued to talk, they heard someone yell from behind them. Turning around, they were both stunned to see a girl flying toward them. Get out of the way, please. Both looking up, the blonde had just enough time to see that the girl falling before them was brunette, and had extremely large upias before she smashed into Kid's stomach with enough force to send him crashing into the ground, and creating a decently sized leg that was covered. Naruto end result trio fall on back sides. What the fuck? The kid blinked, as he saw a tight, toned, and shapely ass clad in white panties. She just groaned. Naruto agreed that the girl who was falling into when he saw her cute face, his anger was gone in a couple of seconds. What a cute girl, thought he through. Minato moves his own body back. The girl looks at Minato. Minato eyes wide when he looks at her face. Minato had the same thoughts that Naruto was thinking about that girl. Minato assumed she was simply injured, asked, "Hey, are you alright?" "I'm alright. Thank you, sir, you must have caught me," the girl said to Minato. "No, we both caught you," Minato said frankly, and his hand pointed at Naruto so the girl can see him. The girl can see Naruto standing beside Minato. The girl stood up on his feet, and moved her head toward Naruto, and said, "Thank you both of you for catching me." Naruto smiled, and said, "It's our pleasure." Naruto and Musubi sensed. Naruto, sensing something was coming, grabbed Minato by the shirt, while girls jumped, and moved to land beside Naruto. Naruto grabs Minato's shirt, shifting him back side away from the explosion. When the dust settled, Naruto saw identical twins standing on a tower looking down on all three of them. "There's no use running. Now come on, and fight us," one of the twins yelled. "I can't fight yet," girls said to the two girls. "If you don't want to fight," one of the girls said to that girl. Her hand was glowing in purple light. Naruto and Minato's eyes were wide when he seen the girl's power. Seeing they were talking to the girl with him, Naruto stood with the girl walking beside him. 2-on-1 isn't fair. So I think I'll even up the odds. "Sir, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't want you to get hurt trying to help me," the girl said, only to have Naruto smile back at her. "Don't worry about me. I can take care of myself." "Oh, I will help you too," Minato said to Naruto. "No, Minato, this is not a game. I know you want to protect this girl, am I right?" Minato nodded. "So stay with her. I can take this girl." "Sir, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't want you to get hurt trying to help me," girl said again. "Don't worry about me. I can take care of myself," Naruto said with a smile to the girl. The girl apparently didn't believe Naruto because she grabbed him and Minato by the hands as she took off in the other direction. Naruto allowed the girl to drag him around, impressed by her speed. However, when he noticed they weren't being chased, he put his feet on the ground, jerking the girl to a Minato was flying in the air. He will never experience such things. "Damn it, she ran away," Hikari said. "What kind of fight could she put up without his owner?" the dark gray-haired man said. Both girls blink and turn her heads towards the man who was standing behind them. That gray-haired man was wearing a black color suit and black pants. His face was black mask covering his mouth. "Himara," both girls said. "You again? You are always getting in the way in our work. If you are wingingless to chase her, then I'll be your opponent," Himara said. His right hand was glowing, burning fire. Hikari and the girl were frozen when they saw the man's hands burning, and it made sense that he was more powerful than any other man. Hikari was angry at that man because he always came out of her body and started to attack her. Before she started the fight, the girl grabbed her hand and said, "It's dangerous. We have retreated now." Hikari sighed and said, "We have retreat." Both started to run opposite to the LL. "Come back again, Himara, just wait," Hikari shouted. "Wait," Hikari said behind her. They were gone. His hand fire was gone. Looked towards the road where the girl was run. "That sekirei," I hoped its owner would soon say, and go to that place where he was standing. "In Musubi, we should be safe here. Are you two alright? I'm sorry for getting the two of you involved like this," the girl said while Minato coughed up a storm. "Don't worry about it," Naruto answered. Now that I think about it, I could have just run away myself. Why do you think I took your hand thoughtlessly? Maybe because I caught you and saved your life. Oh, I haven't introduced myself. They call me Musubi. I'm Minato Sahashi. I'm Uzumaki Naruto. I wonder why those girls were chasing Musubi. Naruto through and looks at Musubi. Ba-chan was right. Something was happening in this city. I want to investigate and report to her before she gets angry at me. She is scarier than Sakura-chan. Naruto threw. Minato only caught the said girl as she fainted. Is she alright? Minato asked. I think she used all the power of running those two girls that chase after him. She may be exhausted. So don't wake up for some time. Okay, let's go home. I think we could be safe there for some time, Minato said. Naruto, hearing her stomach growling, lifted Musubi up bridal style. Minato then told Naruto to follow him back to where he was staying. Naruto and Minato exchanged their information the way Minato was living. Minato apartment. Minato reached his apartment, then he opened it, and Minato entered his apartment. Naruto picked down Musubi in Minato's. Naruto, look, it looks like one room. So you are living in this place? Naruto asked. Yeah, I had my budget, so I preferred this apartment, Minato replied. A couple of times Musubi woke up and looked around, as if she was in an apartment. She was lying on a futon. Well, you wake up finally, I'm glad you are alright, Minato. Naruto was making some rolls in Minato's kitchen. As if in answer to his words, Musubi's stomach rumbled. That is, if having what sounded like a roaring dinosaur shake the room they were in could truly be considered a mere rumble. The moment Minato got into the kitchen, he grabbed some rolls off the table. He then lightly smacked Musubi on the side of the face, waking her up. The girl quickly took the rolls from Minato, wolfing them down before turning to Naruto, who gave her his own sandwiches. Musubi's eyes grew really large, as a puppy dog-like look came to her face. It was quite easily the most adorable thing he had ever seen. You both are truly my life savior, and now this, Musubi said with his large puppy eye. Minato waved his hand, and said it's okay, just eat what you want. Minato, he asked Musubi, and Naruto where they are living? Both looked at each other, and said, So where are you living? Minato asked again. Well, actually, you both don't have a place to return to. Minato shouted. Well, you don't bother, can you stay with me here? Musubi asked. Can you please let me stay here today, so tomorrow I can find a new place to live? Naruto asked. Minato looked at both of them, and said, I guess that's fine. Thank goodness, both Naruto and Musubi said. Minato looks at them, and thinks, Mom, I will make new friends in this one. There is a strange cute girl named Musubi, and one good-looking guy, Naruto Uzumaki. I don't know what will happen next, but I have a strange feeling about these girls. I wonder what's happening in my throat. When Minato looks at Naruto, I really think that Yukari fell in love with this man, Minato. You truly are my savior, Minato-san, helping me, and now this. Musubi said with tears in her eyes, as Minato waved her off. Don't worry about it, I'm just happy I could help. While Naruto goes to the kitchen making some dinner tonight. What happened? Why did she react to this? Minato thought. Minato, I wish someone like you could be my Ashikabi-sama. Musubi said thoughtfully. Ashikabi, that's a weird word. I wonder what it's about. I've been looking for someone precious whom I've never met before. Each of us were born after our Ashikabi to guide him to the ascension. As Musubi said this, she moved closer to Minato. Musubi was so close she would be on his lap had he been sitting down. I hope you find Musubi. Someone helped me a great deal in life. Musubi stared at Minato, amazed. What he'd said had to be one of the most inspiring things she'd ever heard. It was that moment when she looked at Minato, her body began to become hot. Unable to control herself, she fell onto Minato's chest, looking up at him. Without warning, Musubi jumped into Minato's arms, knocking them both to the floor. With the ninja lying on top of the girl, both staring into each other's eyes. Musubi placed her hand on Minato's chest, allowing her to feel his muscles through his shirt. Minato, on the other hand, had the left side of Musubi's face in the palm of his Musubi's lips, and Minato's eye widened when he saw Naruto making dinner. He sensed some energy coming from moving backward, and saw Musubi kissing Minato. Is that powerful chakra coming from that girl? Naruto has many questions running through his mind. Musubi began glowing a light purple, the chakra forming around her in prisms like rays of light. A symbol appeared on her back, and began to project itself outwards in a physical manifestation of energy. The symbol was of a bird with a yin and yang circle under it, and 2 tomatoes on either side, making that 4 total. With the yin and yang crest they formed a U with the under the bird. From the projected symbol 10 wings spread out from her back, brilliant rays of light that shone in the darkness of the alley. What light? Naruto threw. The light soon began to fade, the wings disappeared, the symbol made from energy vanished, the brown-haired girl who broke the kiss just as Manato started to get into it. I've found you, my Ashikabi-sama, Musubi said, as she threw her arms around Minato's neck. Wait a second, I remember you saying something about this earlier. She found out that she was Minato Naruto. Beep! 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 An electronic beeping noise rises out of his right hip pocket. He nearly jumps at the noise, and he reaches into his pocket and withdraws his cellular phone. He looks at the front display, and not recognizing the number, he flips it open and puts the phone to his ear. On the screen, I can see the corner of a face, and a familiar man's voice blares from the speaker. Ah, Sahashi Minato-san. Manaka's voice booms from the speaker. Minato reflexively pulls the phone from his ear and looks at the screen, seeing the white-haired man's face on the screen. I can't help scowl at the face on the screen while Manaka smiles a beaming smile. So, you managed to get a sekirei partner, Manaka? Just who are you? Minato asks on the phone. Manaka shakes his head in disgust. You don't know who I am? You really should watch the news more often, Minato Sahashi-san. He's Manaka Hiroto, president of MBI, and the one behind the sekirei plan. I explain, distaste in my voice when I say the president's name. Professor, is that you? Musubi asked. Oh, number 88, Musubi. Are you doing well? The professor asked. Musubi, you know this guy? What does he mean by number 88? Minato asked. Yes, he's our professor and CEO. 88 is my sekirei number. You must be Uzumaki. Naruto. Manaka said to be blinked and nodded. Listen, Naruto Uzumaki, since you don't have sekirei means you must have eliminated by MBI forces, Manaka said. You can't eliminate Naruto-san, he also protects my life. Please give a chance to solve this problem, Musubi got to Manaka. Okay, if my honorable sekirei insists so, then I was given 1 week to find a sekirei just like Musubi. If you don't find me, I will send you MBI forces to eliminate you, got it, Manaka explained. Okay, take care, Musubi. Bye, Professor. Naruto was confused with M.B.I, Ashikabi, sekirei, etc. What the hell this thing's, Naruto shouted. Sorry, Naruto-san, but you also helped me with those lighting sekirei, and you are Minato's friend, so you are my friend too. Yes, Naruto. Musubi-chan, right, we are friends now, and friends also protect each other, Manato said. Naruto reminds what Jiraiya-sensei said, the person who care about you, and take care of about things that not harm you, and protect you, those persons were called true friends. Naruto got it. That sensei looked at both of them, then closed his eyes, took a deep breath, then looked at them again. Okay, thank you, Musubi-chan, for saving me, and Manato, thank you for reminding me those things were important to joyfully say to both of them. You are welcome, Manato said. Me too, Musubi said while jumping on the floor. So Naruto-san, can you find a sekirei in the week, Musubi asked. Well, I had 1 week so I can find sekirei, Naruto said. Exciting when you find your sekirei, Naruto-san. Okay, but stop calling me Naruto-san. It's kinda odd, you know, but you called me Naruto or Naruto-kun. I like what Naruto said to Musubi. She giggled. Manato a small laugh, and then said, Okay, Naruto-kun, it's okay. That's better, Naruto said with a raised head. Things are complicated. How to explain to grandma when I go to these sekirei things? Kami, help me. Why do I think that this will become a very weird situation? Naruto threw. Naruto and Musubi were rest in Minato apartment. Minato was wake up in the morning. He turned his head, sees that Naruto was asleep on his left yawn, then Minato moved his hand, moved to left side, and landed some soft, and was see that his hand landed on Musubi's chest. Minato blushed, and hurried, and moved his hands before Musubi. Musubi's wake up after Minato. Oh, good morning, Minato-sama, Musubi said while rubbing her eyes. Good morning. Minato still wears only Minato's shirt because he saw Musubi upai openly. Suddenly Naruto wake up, said good morning. Naruto seen that Musubi grabbed head, and buried her upai, face flushed in the red color. He never got this experience like before. Naruto threw. Thank you for the pajamas you even gave me for your own blanket. Musubi took out his pajamas to wear. Naruto and Minato's face flushed up in red, and blood started coming from his noses. They never ever seen women change their cloth in front of them. Musubi looks at Minato, and slowly turns towards him with her Bisaizu pie heavily shown. Minato-sama, Musubi-chan, and Manato, please change your clothes. If you both have done, then call me, okay? Naruto edged up, running towards the door. Naruto, please wait for me. Musubi, you change first then call me, okay? Manato said. Manato got up and ran after Naruto. Musubi was confused why she couldn't change the cloth in front of Ashikabi and his friend. Naruto and Manato were relieved that they were outside of Minato's apartment. If they even stay any longer, they would suffer heavy blood loss because of Musubi's sexy looks. Manato, who is that man with a Naruto-appointed toe, is suddenly standing next to him. Oh, he is my landlord, this is Naruto, he is staying here for a day, Manato said. That doesn't matter, Minato-san, if he stayed here. But his landlord said in a cold tone, this room is only for singles. If you bring women here, I would force you to leave you with your friends then where he lived. Manato looked at Naruto and explained his rules to him. Oh, so we have to be careful he can't find out. Musubi, okay? Naruto east, and Manato nodded. Naruto-kun, Minato-sama, Musubi said with a worried face while her boys turned to see that she was fully dressed. Oh, so you finally dressed up, Manato said with a small laugh. I'm sorry, I have no way to live normally, Musubi said with a sadist tone. Naruto look, Musubi's face was sad and he can't see any girl sad in front of him. It's fine, Musubi-chan. No, it's actually made him happy, right Manato? Right? Manato blinked the things before Naruto. I'm just kidding. Naruto looked at Musubi's face turn into joyful, and she said to Manato, thank goodness. Just don't do any other place, Musubi-chan, Manato asked. Yes, I won't do it in front of anyone, but Minato-sama. And cut off by Naruto. Look, Musubi-chan, I don't know what is like a thing you only believe you're right, Naruto said. And Musubi nodded. Then you only do this thing in the front, Manato, not in front of me, okay? Naruto. Manato paled. He couldn't handle naked Musubi in front of him, where Musubi was confused about what happened to them. Hey Musubi-chan, Minato asked. Yes, Musubi replied. Ashikabi, why did you choose me? You can choose Naruto, Minato asked. Naruto blinked, and said what, she chose you, and you aren't satisfied? That not, I mean I like her, but I just wonder why, Minato asked. Musubi picked up Minato bed sheet, put them into Minato's cupboards, then she said, I don't know detail, we are able to power through genes afar. You were pull into, then Musubi grabbed Minato face, pull into a kiss, then winged flow behind her body responds like this, Musubi said. Musubi-chan, Naruto said. Yes, Naruto-kun, Musubi said. Your explanation I heard, I think you have feeling for Minato, or you were fallen in love with him. Whenever a person fallen in love, when the person is very close to you, your body feeling warmed, and certain type of joy you felt, Naruto explained. But that means I fell in love with Minato-sama, Musubi asked. I think so, Naruto said. Minato blushed, and Musubi jumping up and down then hugged, and said, Minato-sama. Yes, Minato said. I'm hungry, Musubi said with a puppy dog eye. Minato, as well as Naruto sighed, and Minato said, yes, I understand. After several minutes, Naruto and Minato were restaurant. Musubi eat 20 bowls. Minato looked into his wallet, was empty cause he paid all the bill. Dishes were eaten by Musubi. Not bad, ha ha ha, Minato said nervously. Thank you for the meal, Musubi said happily. Minato-sama, I'll prepare dinner for tonight, Musubi said. Then should we stop by the supermarket? There aren't any ingredients in the house, Minato said. Sorry Musubi-chan, you go ahead, I want to stop by the bank, okay, Minato said. Naruto-kun can stay with Minato-sama. I don't want him caught in any trouble, Musubi said. Musubi-chan, Naruto laughed, and said I take care of him, okay, Naruto said. Musubi smiled, and went to the supermarket. Do I have enough money? Minato thought. Minato, hey Minato, Naruto waved his hand in the face. Minato came out his through, and said what? Your phone. Oh thanks, he'd pick up his phone before he get near his ear. Ah ha 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 ha, Oni-chan, I heard you failed in to get in this year too. Are you? What all of a sudden? Minato said. You turned into a preventative after moving to the capital. Yukari said loudly that Naruto called here. No, it's not like that, Minato said, and sighed. I think younger sister is worthless. What did you say? Asked. No, it's nothing, Minato said. Yukari, can you borrow some clothes? Okay. I hurried. By then Minato shut the phone. Naruto couldn't help but laugh at Minato's reaction. Naruto and Minato walking through the road. Minato saw that two girls were selling small balloons to the girls with none of the other lighting sekireis. Hikari turned around, and his eyes made contact with Minato and Naruto face. That guy, and his friend with conceited sekirei, Hikari said in an angry tone. Hey Minatos, these ladies were we met yesterday, right? Naruto said to Minato. When he looked at him his face was stunned. Crap, if she attacked Minato I have to protect him. Thank God Musubi was not here. Naruto a throw. Minato-sama, Musubi shouted. Naruto, Minato, and lighting sekirei blinked to see where the sound came from. I didn't ask you what you wanted to eat, Musubi said while running towards them. No, stop, Minato shouted. Run away, Musubi-chan, Naruto said. Huh, she stopped though. Why? His master stopped her. In the small world, you look pitiful, as well. Both lighting sekirei Hikari left hand, and Hibiki right hand grab each other. Small purple thunder appeared with each thunder sekirei on the other hand. Musubi grasped. She stopped that place. You are too late. Hikari threw thunder towards Musubi before thunder could touch, and closed her eyes, and waited for attack. But she could not feel any hurt. But she felt like someone grabbed her in a hug, and fell to the ground. She opened his eyes, and she could see Naruto's face. Her eyes were shocked that Naruto had put his own life in danger to protect her. Musubi got up, and sat near Naruto. Naruto-kun. Are you alright? Musubi asked worriedly. Yeah, I'm alright, Naruto said. He stands on his feet, and Musubi stands with him. Naruto, Musubi-chan, are you okay? Minato asked, and both nodded. Then Minato stood in front of them, which were Musubi, and Naruto. Shocked. I won't let you hurt my friends with that speech. Naruto, and Musubi smiled. Why did you put your life in danger for that sekirei? Hikari asked. Because she is my sekirei, Minato said. Hikari blinked. That mean you are his, Ashikabi, Minato said. He was confident, and said to the lighting sekirei. So you kid, why did you protect her? She is not your sekirei, Hikari demanded from, and Musubi looked at him waiting for his answer. Why did he do that? Naruto smiled, and said she, and his mean Minato were my friends. Both of them are important to me. Musubi, and Minato smiled at him. Okay, Hikari grabbed Minato collared, and said, but it presses me off. I've no business, winged one. But I have doubt that you lied to us. Let's watch. Hikari angrily face Naruto reminds Sakura when he do stupid thing and gets angry with him. Hikari smirked, her right hand pointed towards Musubi. She launched a thunder attack against Musubi, but this time Naruto was too late. That thunder crashed Musubi. Musubi thunder struck Musubi. Musubi-chan, Naruto and Minato both shouted at the same time. Musubi was alright, but his upper part tore out, and that showed her besides, and Hibiki saw that sekirei mark on her neck. Musubi get up, stand on his feet, and her right hand covered her frowned, and said, please let go off Minato-sama, you have no business with him. The Naruto situation was getting worse, but Naruto mind knew what Hikari could do. Naruto said, sorry Hikari-chan, you should leave Minato alone. If you killed Minato then your job what you were doing was loose, you don't have any job. Hikari said, he's right, if you kill him we will lose our job, Hibiki said. Hikari blinked. That he was right. If I kill him we would lose our job, and we wouldn't have money for food supply. Hikari secondly blushed that he added his name suffix with chan. Hikari lets Minato hold his grip, and they walk away from the get up, and run towards Musubi. Musubi-chan, are you alright? Minato asked him to take off his jacket, and cover her neck. Yeah, I'm okay, Minato-sama, Musubi said joyfully. His master was alright, but short worried about Naruto that he was a part of this game, but he didn't get sekirei to fight for him. Naruto sees that Musubi face was depressed. What happened, Musubi-chan? Naruto jerked up, and said nothing. Okay Minato, take Musubi-chan to home, I'll come tonight, Naruto said. But where are you going? Minato asked the blonde boy. Naruto gave a foxy grin to Minato, and said, I'll find the sekirei for me so that I can help you. Crap, if I went to my village without any investigation of what happened in this city, Ba-chan would probably kill me. Naruto though he is scared when gets angry. Okay, so we meet you tonight, Minato said, and he took Musubi, and started to leave. Don't be late, Naruto-kun, Musubi said. Yeah, I didn't late, Musubi-shan. Naruto Minato, and Musubi left this place. Naruto was entered to park. He sees that many children was playing small games. He reminds that his childhood not very good. He played only Shikamaru, and was nice with was walking straight path. He was look. He sees that a white woman sat on bench. She was completely neck, but she only wear white coat which covered his upper. Walked towards the women. When he reached to sees that woman was half neck, gray hair, same skin, and same size upai as Musubi. But interesting part that is that his sekirei mark her forehead. Naruto took a deep breath, and said, hey, he said in a soft voice. Are you okay? Do you want me to escort you home? I have no home, she said in a voice that was so broken. Because I am broken I'm a failure. Naruto looked at her though that was his past childhood, He thought to himself that he was a failure, but he found it encouraged him to not give up. That is why he practiced daily. Then he became a genin. Naruto sat besides women, and said, "Why you think such that way? I don't think you are weak." Women jerk up, and look at Naruto. "You don't know what happened to me in my life, and if you tried to win me then you waste your time," Akitu said in a cold tone. Naruto looked at her eyes hurt, and pain. "So tell me what happened to you, and why you think you are broken," sekirei Naruto said. Women came back into a depressed mode. "My name is Akitu. I am an alien, and I live on a spaceship. The ship isn't in space though. It crashed here on Earth hundreds or thousands of years ago. Physically I look like a 12-year-old, but I may be older than recorded human history. Most of my existence was spent in suspended animation. The ship crashed into the ocean, and remained there for an untold number of years until the island of Kamakura rose up out of the sea. It was then discovered by our current owner, Hiroto Manaka. Naruto finally found out how the sekirei were born, and Pakistan continued his story. I've met him a few times. A very strange and excitable man. He has boundless energy, and even more boundless imagination. I don't think Takahito likes him very much. Manaka is the one who gave my race the name, sekirei. It's not our real name of course, but since no one knows what we're really called it's as good a name as any other. Somewhere out in space is the world my people come from. The world where this ship was constructed, and launched from, and from which my parents conceived me. But where among all the stars this world might be, the reason why they sent a spaceship with 108 life forms to Earth, or whether or not my race even still exists out there, none of this is known. I don't suppose any of it really matters. Wherever it was and this ship came from Earth is the only world I will ever know. I only hope that someday I get to know more of it than just this barren rock. When I was 15 I finally left Kamakura Island. They put me on an MBI helicopter, and flew me all the way to Tokyo. In MBI Tower I was given a luxurious apartment with a view overlooking the whole city. But I wasn't allowed to leave the building. Small flashback with Akitu. Will I have any someday? In? Takahito looks uncomfortable. I have a sekirei crest on my forehead. I was winged through an injection that contained various strands of DNA. I am a winged sekirei without any. Thanks to my experience, Takahito says he will be able to perfect the winging system for the others. When the sekirei plan goes into effect, each of them will be able to make a special connection to one particular human, there. But what about me? I want to know if I can have one, Akitu says. I'm sorry, Takahito answers. Each sekirei can be winged only once. So no, I'm afraid you won't be able to. Hearing him confirm that makes me very unhappy. It's just one more thing that has been taken from me. I see, I answer him like always, revealing nothing of what I feel. Takahito looks very sad. Flashback end. I was taken into the lab to do an experiment on the means that they found that each sekirei can be winged only once. But he said the tears came down from Akitu's eyes, and carefully listened to Akitu's next words. I never found my. Akitsu shouted, a single tear coming from her eye. Naruto froze at her speech, he clenched his fist, and ragged his mind when he heard Akitsu's story. I don't care about any power, and this stupid sekirei plan. All I want is someone who cares about me, Akitsu cried. Naruto's eyes was widened what he heard. This broken sekirei just want who care herself he about reminds his own situation. He tried to work hard that the people recognized him after the pains fight people finally able to understand him. Naruto couldn't take it anymore. He grabbed Akitu, turned Naruto, and he turned Akitu shocked. What blonde doing? What are you doing? Get off. But it was interrupted by Naruto. Don't believe them. Akitu's eyes widened what Naruto was saying. What? Akitu replied. Naruto broke the hugged look into Akitu's eyes. I said don't believe them. What they done tons of experiment on you. I don't know very much about you, but I understand you. Luminous Naruto looked up the sky, and thought about the person came in his mind. But I tell you one thing that you would find if you believe the results. What MBI told to you was worthless. Akitu again widened. She never heard those words other than continue. The fact is that if you faith yourself, then I definitely tell you that you will get your ashikabe. Naruto gave her foxy grinded. Akitu's eyes widened. Her depression was gone. Suddenly his heartbeats pumping more than normal level. What other sekirei, and what Baka Manaka thinks about you are wrong. Akitu's heart pumping again increases, and she feels a new feeling coming inside her heart. If I force her to being my sekirei, then I'm nothing but same as Sasuke who used other people. I believe that you also find better people who care about you, and you were not there when I looked at you. You were a good-looking, beautiful, strong, and sexy girl. I ever saw this comment. Akitsu blushed slightly. No one said this about her? I believe you find better than any other men in this world. Naruto said, give him a foxy grin. Just believed yourself. Akitsu smiled, and gave him a hug to Naruto and said thank you, but she was confused. His new feeling came about this man. What is this feeling, and why was my heart so pumping when he closed? Oh no, that means Akitsu broke the hug. Look at him. Sorry for you telling me about the bad things that you suffer. I hope you forgive me, Naruto said. He gave her foxy grin that made her blush again, and said it's okay, I feel better when I tell you about my Lee. Oh sorry, I have to go, Akitsu. I hope you can find someone who cares about you, and don't be depressed when you smile. You look so beautiful. By Naruto said. Then Akitsu was stunned when Naruto started to leave. Akitsu felt that the pain again came from her heart. She doesn't want he leave her alone. Why I feel bad when he was leaving. Wait, he stay. I felt joy from my bottom of my heart. She looked back. Naruto smiled. I wants to try it if he is my. When Naruto started to leave, Akitsu suddenly grabbed his hand, and pushed him to herself, and pulled into a kiss. Akitsu's lips pressed against Naruto's lips, and the blonde's mind shorted up. Blink that he was kissed. Akitsu's body felt that new emotion, and power coming from these men, and her heart was pumping so fast, and felt new energy flow all over her body. He was shocked when he saw her sekirei mark her head, and disappeared, and reappeared behind her back. And her sekirei mark was glowing in light blue color. Akitsu saw that the sekirei mark on your forehead was gone, and came behind your back, Naruto said. Akitsu was shocked. She touched her forehead. She couldn't believe that her sekirei mark was gone, and touched the back side, and her eyes widened and felt that the sekirei mark was his neck. That means, yeah, you are my sekirei, and I'm your Ashikaga, Naruto said with joy, and then pulled in to hug Akitsu. That means she loves me. She told me everything about her past sincerely. I should tell her about my life and secrets. I don't want to burden her. The joyful tears came from Akitsu's eyes. Thank you for being my sama. Naruto pulled Akitsu away from the hug, and said please call me Naruto-kun sama. It is so weird. Akitsu giggled. Okay Naruto-kun, Akitsu said. I came with you anywhere my Naruto-kun. No, you can't come with me, Naruto said. Akitsu's heart ripped into two parts when she heard that statement. Why Naruto-kun, why I can't come with you? Akitsu came close to Naruto and revealed her B-size upai that Naruto could see easily. Naruto could see her upai, but he also looked into her eyes, and tears came from her eyes, and said, no, I don't mean what you think. I said you can't come in your current outfit because Naruto looked away, and said you are naked. Akitsu confused that her why his own couldn't watch his own sekirei in naked, but you can watch me in naked Naruto-kun, and I'm finally your Naruto-kun. If any other man could see me I kick his explained. Naruto looked at her, and smiled. She was the same cute, and sexy, as Musubi. Okay, first let's buy some clothes for you that you should wear, then we can go home, okay Naruto said. Okay, Naruto-kun, Akitsu said with a smile. There is an important secret regarding my life, Naruto said. About your girlfriend? Asked. Naruto looked at Akitsu. No, not about girlfriends. So what is that secret, Naruto-kun? Akitsu replied. You're my sekirei now, so I want to tell you everything about me. But not here I tell you everything. But Akitsu looked at Naruto eyes, the fear in his eyes. I tell you when we home, okay? Hi Naruto-kun. But first I must do something, Naruto said. He leaned forward slowly towards blushed when he closed his eyes. And Akitsu's eyes widened, then closed his eyes, and returned kissing, opened his eyes, and sees that his sekirei mark glow. They goes away from each other. Why did you do this, Naruto-kun? Akitsu asked. This is my feelings towards you, Akitsu-chan, Naruto said. But why do I feel I know her? He looked at Akitsu's blushing face, and I really wanted to kiss her, but I felt I was a lost person. I had never ever seen her in my life. Akitsu blushed when he called her name with Chan suffix. Okay, let's go, Akitsu-chan, to buy you new cloth. Naruto grabs Akitsu's hand and goes shopping. Where Manato and Musubi apartment. Manato was complaining to Yukari on his cell phone. Blue sailor uniform, you were misunderstanding me. I just want a normal complaint cause Musubi wears Manato white shirt and brown chest revealing very big. Under any shirt that Musubi wears his upai will show very bigger and bigger. But it made me feel a little good, Manato's mind about Musubi's upai size, and that imagination. He passed out. Minato-sama shouted, ran towards him, and picked him up. Musubi was taking a shower while Manato was waiting for Musubi. When she finished her mind's crazy poses appearing Musubi's naked part, breathing heavily with that crazy poses. Damn, I behave like Yukari. I wonder what's Naruto doing now. He find his sekirei. Many question came from Minato's mind. His ideas were cut off, as Musubi came out the shower but naked with water dripping off her, all of which was a stimulating image for Manato. As she called to him, "Manato-sama, out of shampoo," she said, walking out before slipping due to the water. Manato caught her, but felt the sensation of her uppias against his body, as he was in a tight black shirt and jeans. "I'm sorry," said Musubi. "Don't be, you just fell," said Manato, enjoying the feel of her body. "So in this case," she muttered, covering her uppias in a couple of ways, trying to act embarrassed before hitting her head, looking frustrated. Common sense is hard," she said, making Manato think she really was cute if a bit ditzy. "Musubi-chan, the shampoo is next to the washing machine." "Okay," he said, pointing, as she nodded, "okay," heading to collect it. "What will happen if Naruto is in my place?" "Manato, though he will do nothing more than what I did just now." Manato sighed. "Mr. Manato, you have a package," said the voice behind the door, which he opened, taking the package with the label MBI on its delivery note. "Wonder what they're sending me?" he muttered while outside a familiar face had arrived. "Oniai-chan, you were living at a place like this," said the voice of Yukari, as the MBI van drove away. "Then, shall I see what he's up to?" she muttered to herself. Back inside, it turned out the package was a replacement outfit for Musubi, who gave a twirl in it. "This is the best after all," she said happily, as Manato shook his head. "They couldn't send normal clothes, could they?" he questioned the strange man that was no doubt responsible. "I'm surprised. I thought you would be living alone, all dirty," she said, rosy and cheeks, as Manato felt another headache coming. "Hello, Yukari," he greeted me with a small wave. "Why are you here?" he asked, sounding bored, making her pout. "What do you mean by that?" "You are as bad as ever. How can you treat your little sister who came all the way here from the countryside?" she asked, as he answered deadpan. "Because you always cause me a headache from all your antics, and that you have a more perverted mind than most men." She puffed her cheeks out, throwing her bag, which he dodged. "Shut it, and I actually got accepted into a college here. This time I had a good reason to come to the capital. I didn't want to say this to a repeater," she said, and that anime tears came from his eyes as she teased him. "And you didn't call me to tell me this," because she gave a nervous smile, rubbing the back of her head. "I was gonna tell you over the phone last time," but she then noticed Musubi behind Manato. "Hey, who's that? Is that the girl you wanted clothes for? Are you living with her?" she glaring at her brother, who was about to lie, but Musubi answered first. "I'm Manato-sama's SE." Her mouth was covered by Manato before she could reveal the truth. "Musubi-chan, we need to keep your real identity a secret, of the MBI will come after us." "Okay," she nodded, thinking this had something to do with common sense again. Yukari at the side smirked. You wanna stop sticking to her?" "It's not even noon yet," she said, trying to get him. Suddenly Manato's cell phone ringed. He picked the phone. That other friend talking about result, what the Manato was failed. "Anakin," Yukari said. Manato said, turning his head towards Yukari, which she called him. "Is there any other person living here?" Yukari asked. Before Manato could answer, Musubi said, "Yes, there's one person staying here." "Who?" Yukari asked, getting interest. "Ozumaki Naruto." "What his things that you interesting in him?" Yukari asked, his preventness, as same interest in women. "What do you mean?" Musubi asked. "His girlfriend?" "No, I'm Manato-sama girlfriend," Musubi said directly to Yukari's face. Yukari's eyes widened as she looked at Manato, and was blushing brightly. Oniai-chan said with evil where sees his sister's habits. Before she could say he changed the "you want to know about Naruto guy?" Manato asked, smiling disappeared, and again curious on her scene Manato could relieve. "Oniai-chan, can you tell me who Naruto is, and what type he is?" Yukari asked his brother if she was getting more information about this guy from him. "Well, you could say Naruto is very first I ever found in this city, but he is stranger, but I can trust him, as friend." Manato said he was not here me, and Musubi was not alive. Manato continued, "He is very friendly for me," and Musubi nodded for Manato's statement. "While Oniai-chan, he is a stranger, but you say he is your childhood friend," said to his brother. "But I want to see how he looks. Yukari, can you help Musubi-chan here get some regular clothes since she doesn't have a lot at the moment?" he asked, as she smiled. "Sure, plus it gives me the chance to get to know Musubi-chan here." She did indeed want to know about the girl, and what she'd been doing with her brother. "Are you not coming with us, Manato-sama?" asked Musubi, not really wanting to go without him, before she then felt arms snake round her, and two hands fondle her uppias. "Musubi-chan, there are stores where only girls can enter, you know?" she said, looking at Manato to see a reaction, but he had a blank face before holding a small sign saying pervert, making her puff out her cheeks again. She hated that sign, which he always pulled out of nowhere. But then check the size of the upayas in her hands. OF? G? If it's above F, then we gotta find a specialty store, she said, continuing her fondling. When you quit, he said, rubbing his head, as his sister always seemed to be interested in girls with large chests, and seemed to be drawn to fondle them. Once outside, Manato waved goodbye to Yukari. And Musubi, for now, take good care of her, Musubi-chan, he said, making Yukari pout since he was intentionally doing that. But both of you be careful, okay, he said, as they nodded, and walked off while he went in the opposite direction, need to go for a walk himself. I really dislike it when he treats me like a kid, Baka Oniai-san, said a red-faced Yukari. I think Minato-sama is a gentle person. Musubi voiced opinion on the subject, as Yukari shrugged. Besides that, he had no good points, she replied, not always seeing the gentle side of her brother. It's amazing the person regulating me told me this. Strength, and won't be here without gentleness. To be gentle is the hardest thing. I really like that about Minato-sama, she said with a bright smile to Yukari. Yukari herself felt a little red remembering the gentle smile on Naruto's face when they were first introduced. Yeah, well, actually I also like that too, she said before sighing. But besides that, he's just a bum. Musubi smiled, as her Ashikabi had such a caring sister. I'm so envious. I'd like a boyfriend. She was also a little jealous of how close Naruto and Musubi seemed. Then there are a few male sekirei, said Musubi thoughtlessly. Seiki? Yukari was slightly curious about the slip of the tongue before Musubi corrected herself. No, nothing? That's tight. This came with the clothes I used for shopping, she said, pulling out a card with MBI member card written on it. Yukari took it from her and looked at it with an interesting member's card. It's a convenient fingerprint recognition card. This is great. It's like an MBI VIP card, there's no limit. She said that neither really noticed the dark-haired woman walking past them. What kind of person are you, Musubi? Asked Yukari, wondering what kind of girl her brother was living with. Seiki? No, I mean I'm just a simple boxing girl, she corrected herself, as the woman stopped for a moment to inspect Musubi. That child is a winged sekirei? She wondered before sighing a little, putting her sunglasses back on which she had taken off for a moment. Whatever, it has nothing to do with me, something like the sekirei plan. As she walked away on her back, you would find a familiar mark that Musubi also had. Musubi herself felt the presence of another sekirei for a moment before Yukari called her so they could get to shopping for her. Achoo, Naruto sneezed. Naruto-kun, are you alright? Akitsu asked. Akitsu's outfit is the same as in sekirei anime. No, I'm alright, I think someone is talking behind me, Naruto said. Is Naruto-kun really true? Akitsu asked, and Naruto nodded. Hey Naruto, Manato shouted. Naruto and Akitsu turned his heads behind Manato running towards them. Oh yeah, Manato, what happened? Is anything wrong? Naruto asked where Manato painted. Manato turns his head towards Akitsu, and then looks at Naruto. So you finally find your sekirei, and this girl is your sekirei. Naruto rubbed his head with his right hand, and Akitsu was confused. Naruto knows what he is taking? Akitsu asked. Naruto looked at her, and explained that how he met Manato and Musubi, and lighting sekirei fight. Musubi is winged by Manato. That time I was there, so MBI President Manaka give me period 1 week to find my sekirei if I live this city, otherwise I was eliminated by MBI. Akitsu's rage came up to her head when they dared to eliminate her. She found her for the longest time. So that Akitsu my current work to find my sekirei. But when I look at you, you were fallen in loneliness. When I heard your story, I can't force you to wing me cause you have no feeling for me. Cut off by Akitsu, I have feeling for you, Naruto-kun. When you came near to me, I share my story to you. I feel that good small way. When you encourage me to not believe them, and comment me, I feel good, my heart pumping so hard. And when you leave, I feel pain again. Naruto hugged tightly. I never ever leave you, okay? Tears came from Akitsu's eyes, and she returned hugs to Naruto. Please, two of you can explain to me what happened between you and Manato, confused about what happened. Naruto and Akitsu blinked. Get away from that hug. The bright blush appeared both of them. Sorry for I introduced Akitsu, this Manato. And Manato, this is Akitsu, my sekirei. Hello Manato-sam. It is nice to meet you. Akitsu rubbed his head right hand. Akitsu-chan, what a sekirei are you? Naruto asked. I'm an ice-type sekirei, Akitsu said. Okay Naruto and Akitsu-san, let's go home, Manato said. Both nodded and went to Manato's apartment. Leaving so soon? Asked Musubi, as Yukari nodded. Yeah, I was planning to stay at a friend's house from the start. Plus I know that Oniai-san is okay now, she said, grabbing her bags ready to leave before she remembered her plan. Age didn't take the clothes off until he got back to Musubi. She told her new friends who she had had fun shopping with today. I understand that Musubi was a little confused by what she was given to wear, but was reassured by Yukari. Thanks for today, see you Musubi, she waved, half giggling at what she had done, and the expected reaction of her brother. We were home. Both Manato and Naruto said, and I had a guest with Naruto said. He said, opening the door, and quickly going red, as there in front of him stood Musubi in a maid uniform. Welcome back Minato-sama, she said in the pose Yukari had taught her. Musubi-chan, what are you wearing? He asked, as she looked down at herself. Yukari said you like these kinds of clothes. Don't you like Minato-sama? She asked hopefully, her big eyes weakening Manato, as he succumbed. Yes, I like them very much. You look nice Musubi-chan, he said while internally, damn it Yukari, I should have known this would happen. He thought in annoyance, as Musubi took note of his passenger. What do you think of Naruto? Musubi asked. Musubi, you look beautiful and gorgeous when you at that made out Naruto comment. Musubi feel happiness came out his heart. Thank you. Musubi's eyes turned into Akitu. Who is this Naruto-kun? Oh yeah, I'm introducing you to Akitu. This Musubi, Minato's sekirei. And Musubi, this is Akitsu, my sekirei. Yahoo! I finally fight another sekirei, Musubi said, taking her fighting stun. What Naruto? And Akitu shouted. What the hell that? This is a game where we have to fight another sekirei cut off by Akitu. It is true, but I don't want to fight. Musubi was shocked, and said you don't want to fight, and you were part of this game. Yeah, this is true, I parted from this game, but I don't fight you cause you were my Naruto-kun friends. If you hurt my Naruto-kun, I'm not hesitate to fight you, Akitu said. Before Musubi could do stop it guy, we were friend, we can protect each other. Musubi look at Naruto, and Manato. Okay, I'm not do this thing again, Musubi said with sad look at her face. He whispered Manato ear. Manato blushed, and looked at Naruto. Are you sure? Manato asked, and Naruto nodded. Just go, and do it. Akitu stared at Naruto, and wondered what he said to him. Manato take a deep breath. He walked towards Musubi, and kiss her on her nose. Don't be sad, you look beautiful when you smile. Musubi face light up, and happy feeling coming from her face. Thank you Minato-sama. Akitu blinked that line, then she looked at Naruto. You tell him those lines, she said a small voice that only Naruto could hear, and Naruto nodded. Akitu smiled at him. You are care person Naruto-kun. Thanks to that comment, Naruto said. Oh Naruto-kun, Yukari give you this letter. Musubi show him a letter that blinked, and feared that what she written to him. Naruto blinked, and took a letter written by Yukari. Manato saying, Yukari is your sister. Naruto opened a letter, and started to read. Hello Naruto Uzumaki, I'm Yukari Sahashi, Minato's younger sister. I heard about you a lot from Manato, and Musubi. I would thank you for carrying my brother. I heard that you too strong and handsome that Musubi talk about. Then he look at Musubi. She really think I'm handsome? Naruto continue reading. Naruto, my brother is really afraid danger things, so if he found any danger please help him. And please try to stop him if he any do presents things to Musubi. This was for my brother, but I like your nature. Musubi and my brother talked about you as a favorable, handsome, and caring person. I want to go on a date with you, said yes. Then he read the next few lines. He couldn't help reading anymore, and he passed out. Naruto Kun. Both Musubi and Akitu shouted and came towards Naruto, and Manato knew that Naruto really passed out. In somewhere else. I think Naruto can read my letter. I want to know what his answer is, Yukari said. Back to Naruto and Manato. Naruto wakes up in several minutes, then he looks at Akitsu and Musubi. Her worried face. Doesn't worry Akitu-chan, and Musubi-chan, I'm okay. Both sighed in relief. Then he looks at Manato. Manato. I'm sorry to say, but your sister is really prevent Naruto. Manato was not angry at Naruto. He knew that he write in letter. Don't worry Naruto, I'm not angry. I know my sister behavior, but I want to say you should care about yourself. Don't worry, I can handle myself. When I met her, Naruto said. Naruto himself was glad he'd found Akitsu, as she was like a lost puppy you feed then flows you round. Anyone else would have most likely have used her for unknown means if they found her, especially with the strength level he presumed she had. Naruto-sama, may I wash you back? Akitsu asked a little nervously. She seemed unsure of her words to her new Ashikabi. That would be fine Akitsu-chan, just wish this tub was a little bigger, he said with a small chuckle, as he and his new sekirei were sharing the bath of his apartment, which was only just big enough for the two of them. Okay, I'll make dinner for you, Musubi said. I'll help you, Manato said. While Naruto and Akitu in bathhouse, Akitu rubbed her back. He can enjoy that the woman has rubbed Naruto. Feeling guilty that the first thing Akitu told him was her story, she fully trusted him, and now she was Naruto's partner. Naruto never tell his story, and he never told her his biggest that if he tell her the truth then she will run away from didn't want she leaved his started feeling towards he finally made his mind he tell her truth. Akitu. Akitu blinked when she looked at Naruto. What is Naruto-kun? You told me your side story or your big secret. Now it is my time to tell you my side story or my big secret. Akitu knew that what he told her, she found out that his speech that he hesitated to tell got up, and sat straight towards Naruto. Naruto-kun, are you afraid that if you tell me your secret then I will leave your side? Akitu asked. Naruto shocked that she knew what he was afraid of, and he nodded. Naruto, please close your eyes, Akitu said. Naruto was confused when she closed his eyes. Now Naruto, not open your eyes before I said, Akitu. Naruto nodded. Then Akitu touches Naruto's cheek both hands, and she moves forward touching her forehead to Naruto's forehead. Akitu appeared in Naruto's mind space. He looked his memories why he could see Konoha, the village hidden in the leaves, one of the strongest villages of the 5 shinobi villages. It has been Naruto's home for 16 long years. To others, 16 years may not be a long time, however, only a few people have shouldered the burden that I had to shoulder throughout my life. Uzumaki Naruto was chosen to carry the Kyuubi that attacked the village 12 years prior. Naruto walked through the shop district. He was heading to this mask store that he had found the other day. There was this one mask that looked almost identical to that of an ANBU Black Ops member's mask. It intrigued Naruto, but he didn't get a good look at it, so although he didn't have any money, he was going to go and look at the mask. When he arrived and entered the store, and, as soon as he did, he spotted the mask on the wall. He walked over to it and gawked at it in awe. The mask was a cheap plastic fake, but to Naruto it was an awesome piece of memorabilia. He stood there and just stared at the mask for a few minutes, then he reached up and pulled it off the wall. He held it in his hands and continued to stare, while feeling the texture. But unfortunately people had noticed Naruto, and had begun to whisper about him. This caught the attention of the mask shop owner. As soon as he laid eyes on Naruto, he gritted his teeth, and came out from behind the counter where the customers came to pay him at. He walked over to Naruto, and snatched the mask from his hands. Naruto looked at the man, and said, "Hey, I was looking at that." The man began pushing Naruto, making him back up out of his shop. "Get out! Get out! Get out!" Just as Naruto exited the man's shop, he pushed Naruto even harder, causing him to fall onto the ground, landing right on his butt. "I said get out." Everyone in the area now had their eye on Naruto. Naruto didn't understand what he had done wrong, but I was just looking at that mask, and the shop owner then threw the mask at Naruto, hitting him in the head with it. "Here. Take it. Take it, and go. Leave. Get away from here." Tears began to roll down Naruto's face. The mask shop owner walked back into his store, and Naruto stood up. He walked over to the mask, and picked it up. He then looked around. Everyone was staring at him, and whispering about him. He could hear them, but he couldn't tell what they were saying. Naruto began to cry more. He couldn't take it anymore. "Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!" Naruto then turned around, and began to run, as fast as he could away from the shop district, and he couldn't help but cry the whole way. An hour later, Naruto was wearing the mask, as he walked home. As Naruto neared his apartment that he had been given, he felt something hit the back of his head. Naruto turned around, and picked it up. It was a small rock, really small. "Hey weirdo!" Naruto then looked up. There were 3 different kids, each of them had a fist-sized rock in their hands. "Hand over that mask. Or else." Naruto shook his head real quick, turned around, and began to run in the opposite direction, as fast as he possibly could. Naruto was able to stay ahead for several seconds, but the 3 boys eventually got close enough to him, and began to throw their rocks. The first rock missed Naruto completely, the second grazed his cheek, the third hit him in the back. He couldn't help but let out a yelp of pain. Naruto continued to run, as fast as he could. The 4th rock hit him in his neck. It hurt like hell. He once again let out a yelp of pain. The 5th rock went zooming by Naruto's head, but he could see his apartment building. He was almost home free. As Naruto got closer and closer to the stairs to his apartment complex, he felt more like he was going to make it. But the 6th rock hit him straight in the back of the head. Naruto crumpled to the ground, and began to bleed from the back of his head. The boys approached him, and took the mask right off of his face. "Thanks for the mask, loser." The boys then ran off. Naruto was crying, he was in a lot of pain. He managed to sit up, and feel the back of his head, it was gushing blood. If the rock had hit him any harder, he would have had to go to the hospital. But Naruto had gotten off lucky this time. Naruto stood up, and looked up the stairs to his apartment complex. He heard footsteps, he turned around, and he saw a pale girl with black hair, and milky white eyes. Naruto didn't get a good look at her though, because he turned around, and dashed up the stairs screaming, "No! No! Don't hit me with another rock! Please!" He entered the complex, and rushed to his apartment door. He unlocked it, opened it, and entered. He closed the door, locked it with all the locks he had, and stood, his back against the door. Naruto slid down the door, and sat, his back against it. Naruto then hid his face in his hands, and began to cry his heart out. Akitu's eyes widened at how people treated Naruto badly, and she was very for the villagers how his suffering and his child couldn't believe his loneliness was greater than herself, including the orphan thing. Akitu couldn't help, but ragged came up her mind. How did they do this to his sekirei? Marks glow white 14 wings appeared on her back, but she calmed down when Akitu saw Naruto's next memories. Akitu could see that Naruto was 13 years old. First, he proved it on his team's mission in Wave Country when he stood tall against Zabuza and Haku. Next, he had held off the dreaded Orochimaru in the Forest of Death in an attempt to save his teammates, only to have what little control he had crippled by a strange seal applied by the evil Sannin. Even after all that, he went on to defeat Kiba Inuzuka in fair combat, delivering some justice for himself and a dear friend. He then went on to swear vengeance, and reap it against a genin that even Sasuke couldn't have beaten. Directly after that, Naruto fought toe-to-toe with, and defeated his fellow demon container, Gaara. After recovering from both his injuries, and from the loss of the Sandaime, he, and Jiraiya, his new teacher, set out to find the slug Princess Tsunade to become their next Hokage, during which, he mastered the Rasengan, a thought to have been lost with its creator, the Yondaime. With it, he helped to drive away Orochimaru, and his assistant Kabuto, and rescued Tsunade from he couldn't complete his promise that he made from her teammate. He said that he couldn't rage on him. In fact, she says that next time we both save Sasuke. Akitu was glad that Naruto was hardworking, and able to make him happy for his improved himself. Little was sad for the third who was close to Naruto was died. Akitu continued to see his memories when he was 16 years old. He was trained by Jiraiya Sannin. He saved his friend Gaara from failing a second time to protect Sasuke from change, defeat the pain, and protect his village, and Naruto became a hero of his village. Akitu was happy that all villagers finally gained trust in Naruto, as he is the hero, and secondly though she couldn't believe he was found out that sent Naruto on a mission here. That girl is care about my Naruto more than her life. I don't mind to share my Naruto to her, Akitu said when she seen protect Naruto in pain battle, confessed him about her love. But why I seen her before I seen this girl, she remind me someone. So his biggest secret was Akitu. I'll tell you, little girl, come here, the voice said. Akitu blinked, and turned his head to see the large bar. At least she thought it was a sewer. Gray, drab walls with cracks running along there, and there were pipes that glowed with a blue energy running every which way along the walls. Sitting up, Akitu realized she was in knee-deep water, yet despite this, he saw that his clothes and body were still completely dry. Getting up, Akitu looked around, and tried to figure out where he was. It didn't look like any of the sewers he had ever seen before, and he had been in every sewer in Konoha during his attempts to escape from the drunken civilians that would occasionally chase after him. Akitu's eyes found a pipe running along the ceiling that was different from the others. Where all the pipes glowed blue, this one did not. Rather, it had a deep reddish glow. It was also the only one that was leading in a direction she could go. She decided to follow it. Eventually, Akitu was forced to stop as he ended up staring at a large cage. It had odd black symbols that glowed with a purple energy along the bars. In the center of the cage was a piece of paper with some odd symbol he had never seen, but looked kind of like the stuff that the old man in the pointy hat would look around. Then Naruto was standing near the wall. Naruto-kun, Akitu said. Naruto blinked. He looks around, his eyes widened, and sees Akitu standing in front of him. Akitu-chan, how did you come here? You shouldn't come here because you were cut off by Kyuubi because I seal inside him. Akitu looked up, and she found those wide eyes staring at her. Who are you? I'm the greatest demon Kitsune no Kyuubi sealed inside this person, Kyuubi said. Naruto feared that if Kyuubi tells something horrible things about Naruto she lived. Naruto said Akitu don't listen what he said. Naruto said. Naruto and Akitu both wear clothes. Naruto I knows who he is, and how he seals inside you. How, sorry for. But I seen your memories that how you suffer you childhood because of this demon. She walked towards Naruto, touched his cheek her right hand. And you think I leave your side because of this monster that seal inside you? Then you are my Uzumaki. Naruto not only seal inside were not monster Naruto-kun. You are my Naruto-kun. I feel the same pain and loneliness that you felt in your childhood, and now are my, and I won't leave your side, Akitu said. Naruto couldn't help, but tears coming from his blinked when she looked his crying. What happened cut off by pull her into was enjoying his he broke her kiss. Thank you Akitu-chan, I never leave your side. I love you Akitu-chan, Naruto said. Akitu was shocked, then joyful tears came from her eyes because those words she wanted to hear were his Ashikabi I love you too Naruto-kun. Then they hugged. Then Naruto and Akitu heard it, a sound they had grown familiar with, as it had been one he had made countless times. Someone was crying. Following the sound, Naruto and Akitu easily moved between the bars. As he continued on towards the source, they do not fear each other because they believe in each other. Akitsu, you are cut off by Akitu. If you say I stay here, then you were wrong. I came with you no matter what. I came with you, and I will protect you. Naruto smiled his sekirei. We went together with Naruto's left hand, and went inside the bar. In front of them was a girl. She looked to be about 10 years older than he was, with long red hair that reached down to her mid-back, and a pair of bangs that frame a beautiful, aristocratic face, with high cheekbones, luscious red lip, and a small nose. Her eyes were currently closed so he could not see the color, but she had rather long lashes that added to her beautiful features. She was wearing a red kimono that hid her rather beautiful figure, long, toned legs, wide hips with a small, firm, shapely rear that fit her 5'8" height perfectly, and tapered into a lithe waist, before moving into a bust that fit her just as perfectly as everything else about her body did. All in all, the woman was too beautiful to be human, not that the little blonde had any real concept of beauty. 9 foxtails laid limply at her side, and 2 fox ears were flattened against her head. Currently she was curled up in the fetal position, as tears rained down her face. For a moment they was unsure what to do. He learned that anyone couldn't faith in demon. Naruto knew that Kyuubi means she could easily be trying to trick him into coming closer. However, he also wanted to comfort the strange, pretty girl. Having cried many times himself, he knew she must be hurting, and he could not stand to see others cry. Naruto-kun, what do you think about Naruto? Akitu asked. I don't know why Kyuubi is able to be female. Naruto said. You stay here, I don't want you hurt. If Kyuubi attacks you I will be cut off by Naruto. I know you protect me. She her hand, and walked towards the crying women. Hey Kyuubi, Naruto said. Kyuubi gasped when she saw a pair of bright blue eyes in front of her, and nearly fell backwards, or she would have been in an upright position. Hey Kyuubi, are you alright? Naruto asked. Out of some kind of instinct that she didn't know she had, the beautiful redhead groped Naruto, pulling his body to her in a hug, as she buried her face in his hair. For a second Naruto's eyes widened, and his entire body stiffened like a board, as the young woman hugged him. Akitu thinks Kyuubi tried to trick Naruto into running toward Naruto to protect that monster, but some words that shocked both Akitu and stopped besides Naruto. I'm sorry. Despite her voice cracking, it was still extremely beautiful, and soft-sounding alto pitch. I'm so sorry, she continued, this is all my fault. Naruto shock, as well as Akitu, are shocked that the great demon has apologized to Naruto. Those people are hurting you because of me, the Kyuubi replied to his question. Because I was sealed inside you, your childhood has you suffering because of me. She began to shake, as her tears spilled out harder. You don't need to apologize, Naruto said, as he moved his head up to look at her. You've never tried to hurt me or done anything mean to me. Kyuubi looked at the boy in shock. All of this was her fault. Had she been more prepared, she would not have been caught off guard and forced to attack Konoha. She would never have been sealed in this boy, and he would have never lost his family. She deserved nothing more than to receive this boy's hatred, and the beatings he had taken from the villagers because of her. Akitu was shocked by what he said. Naruto looked at Akitsu, and smiled at Akitu. Can you see my memories? So, as villagers ever hurt me, do you see that Kyuubi tried to hurt me? Otherwise she would heal me whenever I suffered more damage. Akitu nodded. Naruto is right, Kyuubi is not your fault, you never hurt Naruto, so don't apologize, Pakistan said. I thought the Kyuubi was an evil demon that the Yondaime killed. There's no way you can be a demon. I am Kit, Kyuubi said sadly, however I am not evil, I was tricked into attacking your village. It was part of the truth at least, but the boy was not yet ready to hear of the dangers he may face since she was sealed in him. As for Yondaime, while he did defeat me in a sense, he could not kill me. Demons of my caliber cannot be killed by mortals, so he did the next best thing by sealing me into a newborn baby. But I never ever trust humans, he gained my power for the selfishness. But Kyuubi placed his hands on Naruto's cheek that Naruto Ablashidi used my power for protect others. I believe you that why I transform into human form, so that means the greatest demon of 9 tails is female. Naruto said that he passed out and Kyuubi catched Naruto before he fell on the water. Naruto, Akitu, and Kyuubi shouted. Naruto, wake up sometime later. Naruto-kun, are you alright? Akitu asked. Yeah, I'm alright, Akitu-shan, Naruto said. Hey Kit, why did you pass out? Kyuubi asked. Oh sorry, I never thought the beautiful and hottest woman was sealed inside Naruto, and said that. Kyuubi blushed. He was sad that he never said these words about her. Naruto looked at Akitsu's face, and he knew that he never said the words how she looks like. That same thing goes to you, Akitu-chan, you were gorgeous, hot, kind, and beautiful women that I never saw before. Akitu's face lights up pink. Kyuubi was frowning when he commented on Akitu. Hey you guys, I think you can leave, Musubi is calling you, Kyuubi said. Both they blinked, and looked at Kyuubi. Oh sorry, we were bathhouse so we can leave. Before they started walking, wait but stop, look back to Kyuubi. Akitu, please don't tell anyone about this or anybody in your village. Naruto, and you can talk to me anytime. Akitu, just talk in mind. Kyuubi paused, then looked at Naruto and said, can we friends now? Naruto and Akitu looked at each other, and nodded. Yeah, we friends, Kyuubi. Naruto said, gave a foxy grin that Kyuubi blushed. Yeah, we are friends now, Akitu said. Kyuubi smiled at his new friends. Thank you. Akitu-chan lets Musubi-chan and Manato wait for us, and Q-chan we can talk to you with his hand, then vanished suddenly. Kyuubi stunned when they vanished, and then bright blush covered Kyuubi's face when he had her name with Chan suffix. That means he like me. And outside Naruto and Akitsu bathhouse, Naruto-kun woke up, Musubi said. Naruto woke up slowly and moved his hand, but he felt he grabbed something soft and warm. Nah, Naruto-kun, Musubi said in a hurtful tone. Naruto wakes up and looks at Musubi, but suddenly he looks at his hand and grabs Musubi's hand from Musubi's upai and apologizes to her for what he did. Why did you apologize to Naruto? Musubi said. Naruto looked at her confused look. Musubi, you are girl. Girls never touch his own body for any other person. You could touch those man who you love like Manato. If any other man can touch without your permission, then kick his ass. You got that? You got it, Naruto explained. Musubi nodded. Okay, oh please forgive me, Naruto apologized again. It's okay, Naruto-kun. I know you couldn't do such a thing, so I forgive you. And let the hurried dinner be ready, Musubi said, and she went out. Akitu-chan wakes up, dinner is ready. Akitu wakes up, then they cover his clothes, then go out. Naruto, Manato, Akitu, and Musubi were making dinner. There was a knock at the door. Manato, are you in? Asked the voice of Manato's landlord from the outside. Crap, I know what happened next, explained the contract that he made the landlord. He opened the door. Mr. Landlord, how can I help you? He asked politely. Well, actually, Manato, I have been hearing several noises coming from your room, mainly female voices. You do remember this is a singles-only room, and even though I like you, if you have someone else living here, I'll have to evict you for a breach in contract, he told him, as Manato sighed. Then I'm afraid I have to confess to having 2 girls, and 1 boy living with me. No point trying to hide it from you, he said, as the man sighed, as well. I'm sorry, Manato, you'll have to leave in 1 week then. I don't have the room for 3 here, he said, since Manato was always on time with his payments, and kept his room in good condition. It's okay, I'm sure I'll find some place to stay around here, he told him, seeing, as he was only doing his job, not that made his situation any easier. Where am I going to find a place big enough for the 3 of us on such short notice now, said Manato, as he walked with Musubi. I'm sorry, Manato-sama, I caused you to get kicked out of your home, apologized to Musubi. Please forgive me, and Akitsu for that incident, Naruto said. Hey, don't frown, we have time, and unlike a few people I have a lot of things to find us a place, he told them. How is that, Manato-sama? Asked Musubi. Well, Musubi-chan, a family friend gave me the rights to his books, so when I gave it to a publisher a week ago, it wasn't long before it was a huge hit, and funds were placed into my account, he explained, not mentioning what genre the book was. He was thankful to Kami Yukari hadn't discovered the book, or the fact he was the source of them. Well, that's a good idea, you like it, Akitu-chan, Naruto said. What do you think, Kyuu-chan Naruto Etho? Well, it is a good idea. But you could find a place by yourself where you repay the debt, Kyuubi said. What do you think, Akitsu? Well, you have a point. Naruto Manato let you leave you in his apartment so you could find the place yourself, so it will be little help for Manato to find a new apartment, Akitu said to Naruto. Well, don't get me wrong, I can help you, Kyuubi said. Really, thank you, Kyuu-chan, you really great, Naruto said. Manato and Musubi, you look at the left area of the city, and me and Akitu find the right area of the city, Naruto explained. Both nodded, and they leads their ways to find better place that they four live together, with Manato and Musubi. Manato searches for a new apartment, while Musubi offers Manato a VIP card, but Manato discards those cards. Manato's mother tells him to take care of business by any means. Manato and Musubi find some apartment or hotel managers to find room for people, but people do not allow him because of Manato's lower budget. In the evening, Manato and Musubi are sitting on a bench in the park. Haha, after going to at least 36 places, the world isn't kind, Manato said, completely exhausted. Suddenly rain started. Musubi blinked and looked at the air, then she looked at Manato with a worried face. I can't, Manato get up, look at Musubi, I failed entrance exam twice. I got kicked out my house. Someone like special person, someone like me, I can't, Manato-sama, Musubi said. Musubi stand up, look at sky, seem like pretty moon is out tonight. Then he look at Manato face, I want to show you. And I really like you, Manato-sama, Musubi. Manato said with stunned mode. Musubi hands moves upwards, if you wish you can do anything though the thick cloud off the moon, one day I'll show you the way of ascension. Musubi walks towards Manato because Manato is special in his own way. She kissed Manato again, and the sekirei mark glowed. Musubi both hands his chest covered X types, and says, First of contact. Break unhappiness of my Ashikabi. Then Musubi body glowing in pink colored. We're going. Musubi grabbed Manato's hand, and jumped. The strong wind appeared on Musubi's body when she jumped. Manato was shocked, he had never experienced this before. When the strong wind disappeared, Musubi and Manato were in the middle of them. Look at the moon. You can say they were flying. She looked back to Manato, where they are flying, isn't the moon pretty? But suddenly they fall down rapidly. Manato blinked. I'm sorry, I didn't know how to get down. Musubi apologized, and then fell down. Naruto and Akitsu. Naruto, Akitu, stop, Kyuubi. What happened? Kyuu-chan Naruto East. Look up, Kyuubi said. Both Naruto and Akitsu look up, and their eyes wide that Manato and Musubi are falling down rapidly. If they continue falling like this, they will die. If you hurry, go to that house and turn left. There is a backyard and a single tree where they were landed, Kyuubi explained. Naruto and Akitu follow the direction that Kyuubi runs to the house, turn left, and there are backyards. Then they both stop at that point of the tree where Manato and Musubi are falling. Manato and Musubi were before they collapsed on the Manato, and Akitu catched Musubi. But all of them collapsed on the S dress ripped off cause she landed upside off tree, and Manato ankle was broken. Manato opened his eyes and found Naruto face, and Musubi opened his eyes and found Akitsu. Naruto, Manato said. Akitu, Musubi said. You were our life savior, both said together. You were his life savior, Kyuubi, Akitu said to Naruto in his thoughts. No, please don't thank me for saving them, Kyuubi replied. If you don't say the location where they landed, they will die. So you were Manato and Musubi, Akitu Naruto said, and Akitsu nodded. When Naruto said to Kyuubi, Kyuubi blushed. Thank you, Naruto-kun. Naruto blinked at the greatest demon and beautiful lady, adding his name with suffix problem, Kyuu-chan. Are you alright? A voice said. Naruto and Akitu came out his thoughts, and Manato and Musubi blinked. All of them look at the purple-haired women. Thanks for watching my video.